Hello everyone, and welcome to my kitchen. Today, I'm going to show you how to use some of that sourdough discard by making sourdough graham cracker cookies. We're going to begin by creaming our butter and our sugars together, along with our sourdough discard. We're going to add 113 grams of unsalted room temperature butter. Here I'm using vegan butter, so I'm using Violife unsalted butter. We're going to add 70 grams of organic cane sugar. You can also use brown sugar if that's what you have, both work. 90 grams of honey, 25 grams of molasses, 120 grams of sourdough discard. We're going to place the bowl on the mixer and begin whipping it up so that it's nice and creamy. Once that's creamed together, we're going to take the bowl, place it back on the scale, and add the remaining ingredients. We're going to add a little bit of fresh ground nutmeg here. Just make sure that you only add a little bit because it is quite strong and you don't want to ruin the flavor of your graham cracker cookies. We're going to add half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon powder, 120 grams of organic einkorn whole wheat flour. If you don't have einkorn flour or whole wheat flour, you can use organic all-purpose flour here. And finally, add 120 grams of organic unbleached all-purpose flour. We're going to place it back on the mixer and mix everything together until it becomes that cookie texture. It looks like they are mixed perfectly. Look at that texture. That is exactly what we want. And now we're going to get ready to put them in a container and put them in the refrigerator. When it comes to placing these cookies in the refrigerator, you do have a couple of options. You can put them in the refrigerator for about an hour just so that the butter hardens and then you can take them out and bake them. However, I like to let them long ferment because it helps with the digestibility of the flour in the cookies, and it's allowing that sourdough discard to work its magic. So I'm going to be placing this cookie dough in the refrigerator for 2 days. What's so great about these cookies is that you can bake them anytime from in the next hour to up to 3 days later. They can sit in your refrigerator, and whenever you have time to take them out, you got 30 minutes to spare and you want to bake them, you can, which is really, really handy. It's been 2 days and we are now ready to bake our graham cracker cookie dough. I am preheating my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to start scooping the dough out using a spoon, rolling them into a medium-sized ball. And this is the size right here. And I'm going to place them on my baking trays. I named these graham cracker cookies because you can actually take this dough, flour some parchment paper, and put the dough in between 2 sheets of parchment and roll them out and cut them up exactly like graham crackers. Put them on a tray and bake them, and they will come out exactly like graham crackers, having the same texture, the same crunch. I just ended up one day that I got a little lazy. I didn't have time to go all out with that. And I thought, why can't I just roll these into balls and make them into cookies? And I did it and they worked perfectly. And we actually really enjoy them like this. So you can do it either way. You could actually shape them to exactly like graham crackers, or you can make them just like cookies like this. They're equally delicious. I'm going to take a fork, lightly dust it with some flour, and I'm going to do some hash marks on the cookies, and this will help them bake more evenly. I'm now going to take the cookies and place them in the oven for 15 to 18 minutes. The time is still the same whether you're doing these cookies or you flatten them out into graham crackers. Halfway through the bake, I am going to switch the trays just so that we get an even bake on all the cookies. It's been 16 minutes and the cookies are all set. I'm going to take them out, I'm going to let them cool, and then we're going to enjoy them later. Since they are made from sourdough discard, they will last longer than typical cookies, and they won't get stale as quickly like typical cookies, which is really nice. Thank you so much for joining me at Witch Hollow Homesteading today. I hope you found this video inspiring and helpful. If you have any questions or comments, you can comment below. You can email me at witchhollowhomesteading@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Witch Hollow Homesteading.